If a spider spins its web close to a fire, it will either catch many moths, or its web will burn, and it will die. Maybe Cassia of Tenos had spun her web too close to the fire. Maybe she had promised too much to too many people. This morning, she did not wake up in her soft bed.
Hello? Hello?
Be silent down there!
Who is there? Why?
You are dead, Cassia of Tenos. Dead people don't talk.
Dead? What is this? Why am I down here? I demand an explanation.
I'm only the watchdog, darling, and this dog doesn't give a shit about the why. What he cares about is silence.
But why?
Don't talk.
Hello?
Still talking, are you?
Where am I?
Take a guess, Cassia of Tenos.
I don't know. What?
A cheering crowd?
The labyrinth below the arena.
Right now the gladiators fight against the 9 hordes of your Kyrios, Marwan. They will die, just like you, only a little faster.
Why? I haven't done anything wrong.
The catacombs are full of innocent people. In case you find skeletons, those didn't do anything wrong either.
You can't keep me here forever.
That's true. Not as long as you're mortal.
Do you hear that? The people are calling my name.
They cheer on the gladiators.
They are calling my name. You know who I am. Of course, you must know. Let me go, and I will give you...
Oh, yes, I've been warned about you, Cassia of Tenos.
Tell me what you want, and...
Not a chance, my lady. I'm only the guard. I'm trained to hate my prisoners.
When do I get to eat? There's nothing but spiders down here.
Don't worry. In a few weeks, their poison will taste like wine.
Marwan? Get Marwan. I want to talk to him.
You will never see your honorable Kyrios again. You won't see anyone again.
My sister, Mirai. I want to see her. Please. She's helpless without me. To hell with you all! Will they win?
Who? The gladiators? No one has ever stood against the Louse Queen.
But it is possible.
Not against the Louse Queen.
There are spiders down here.
Carapias.
I don't think I like carapias.
Don't blaspheme. They're supposed to be divine creatures. Their venom eats away at your body or your mind, just as the gods may choose. In 3 months, you'll either be insane or dead. I'd prefer dead.
I'll stay here, you over there. Agreed? Me here, you there.
Why had she been imprisoned? And why now? Cassia knew only that she had to escape. She gathered her courage and disappeared into the darkness.
What was that? Go away! Go away! Why does it have to be spiders? No, don't bite. Please don't bite. Why me? Why?
Whatever Cassia did, wherever she searched, all paths eventually led back to where she started. Tired and sore from the spider bites, she turned to the only distraction she had found.
What are you reading?
Since when are you interested in what I'm doing?
I'm not. Just don't like the rustling of pages. Sounds like a knife cutting meat.
It's called The Good Ruler, by someone called Dexter Nemrod.
Sounds boring.
Better than the stupid chit-chat of a mutt.
Yeah.
They're calling my name again. Do you hear?
I don't hear anything.
There it was again. Cassia.
No one. Just silence. Marwan has struck your name from the records.
Any news of Marwan? Has Mengbilla already devoured him?
On the contrary, Marwan devoured Mengbilla. He forged a pact with the creators.
The wizards?
They create monsters for his games in the arena. Creatures like the Louse Queen. Now he has a whole army.
And no one does anything about it?
They're all afraid.
Any news of my sister?
Stop asking. Best you forget about her. Forgetting is your only friend down here.
I feel strange. The Karapias have bitten me.
I see.
So, what did you say? Madness or death?
One or both awaits you.
I won't die.
If you say so.
And before that, I will create something. Something unique. Why? I only want to know why.
Why? Why? Strike that word from your vocabulary and stop torturing me with it.
So they actually beat the 9 hordes?
Yes, I was wrong. Just say it.
You were wrong. If you free me...
No, just leave it, Cassia.
I should... No. I will not begin talking to myself.
That's exactly how it begins.
Why? No talking to myself. Not going insane. Or maybe I should, because if I don't... Why? This spider won't go away. It bites me at night.
Give her a name, then she won't seem as ugly.
8 legs. I'll call you 8 legs.
Ha! Only a noble woman could come up with something that stupid.
The name grasps the essence of the spider. 8 legs? Come here. Very well, suit yourself. Rule number 1. The good ruler loves everyone. He trusts everyone. He befriends everyone. His words belong to everyone. Rule number 2. The good ruler loves no one. He trusts no one. He makes no friends. His words serve only himself. This is nonsense. If you cannot rule by love, rule by fear. Love is the stronger bond, but fear is quicker. If your decisions are questioned, you will never be a strong ruler. Those who doubt you, kill you. Kill those who doubt you.
She forgot about herself, about her life, her fear. Like moths, her thoughts circled around her book. During the day, she learned about stratagems and power. During the night, she kept searching for a way out.
Left, straight. Left, right. Yes, I've never been here before. There's a light up there.
Marwan, a word.
Hephaestion, my dear fellow, what is it?
Your latest ventures. I am, to say the least, confused.
I can see that. You look pale.
Marwan.
The Council wants answers. What is this alliance with the creators?
We talk from time to time. They create new spectacles for the arena, that's all.
Marwan!
And Cassia, the labyrinth? With what right?
Ah, so she has the Council under her spell. She's a monster.
The people love her, Marwan. They will not simply forget her.
Strange. I heard exactly the same about how many gladiators. The crowd won't forget this one or that one. Let them live, Kyrios. The crowd will rise up. The memory of the people is a fickle thing. The people might love you in the evening, but in the morning they love their breakfast. They will hate you before midday and forget you in the afternoon. There's only one thing that will make their hearts beat faster. Blood.
I'm beginning to wonder what you actually want, Marwan.
The same as everyone, dear Hephaestion. A statue on the battle square. Are you all right? You should sit down.
Something is happening to me.
I think someone might have poisoned you, my dear. What a cruel city. Who shall follow in your great footsteps?
I have to get further up! No!
Years passed. The spider venom devoured her mind, devoured all her wishes until only one was left, one single throbbing urge to rule over everything and everyone, even if only for a day.
It's over. Marwen has won. The creatures of the creators have overrun the land. The council has been disbanded. Who would have thought it? Great Emir Marwen. Or First Kyrios, as he's dubbed himself. What is it? Are you dead? Yes, I know you're reading, even though you're not even looking at your damn book. Those creatures, Cassia, you should see them. Things from the 13 Hells. They put one of the beasts into the labyrinth a few days ago. They call it the Great Petrifier, a basilisk or some such nonsense. Stay on your guard down there. You've made it much longer than anyone else. I've been bored without you. What is it?
It's down here.
The basilisk? Oh, don't worry. It's somewhere on the other side.
Who feeds it?
How would I know? Marwen's soldiers? Why?
Someone has to feed it. If someone feeds it, there has to be an exit.
You're sure you want to do this? Wait, one thing I have to know. Why did Marwen put you here? Please! The question won't let me rest.
There is no why. Why has been abolished.
One last time Cassia made her search. The spiders no longer tormented her. The Corapiers and the disfigured woman had become sisters.
No. I don't want to hear it. I don't want it. Be silent. Silent as ice. Or even better, the sun. Oh, the sun. Hey! Beautiful! Help me against these skeletons, yeah? Although I'm probably just imagining them. Oh, it's happening to you too. It caught up to me as well. I might have 3 days left. Maybe a week. You can feel it. When their grip grows stronger. When they clench your brain.
Who?
The spiders. They're here. In our heads. How long have you been down here? 2 months? 3?
4 years.
Oh, take heart. You don't have long. They don't even let us rot. All that's left is some fungus. Spider food to spider food. Nice. You know what's above us, right? The Vault of Secrets? Yeah, Marwen's treasury. I wanted to get in there, but, well, the gods, in their wisdom, decided otherwise. Yes, I was a thief. Why should I deny it? It's probably not a good idea to open this door. Something lives behind it I don't want to meet before my last meal, but... who gives a rat's ass? I want to see the stars one last time. Right away. What's your name? No, let's forgo the names. I know exactly what you're thinking. A walking skeleton has to be an illusion. But if you meditate on it long enough, it all makes sense. Why? Because this whole cursed world makes no sense. And as soon as we accept this, suddenly, anything is possible.
You talk a lot.
Best way to drown out the voices. You'll get there eventually, when the nosebleeds start. And then... Silent! Do you hear that from now on? Not a sound.
Cassia had escaped the labyrinth, without money, without shoes, but still alive, and as far as she could tell, with her sanity intact. Without hesitation, she began her work. First, she visited some old friends. Friends who had forgotten about her. But one who wants to rule will need paladins who can achieve the impossible. Cassia could only think of 3. After 4 moons of meticulous preparations, she found the first gladiator of the 9 hordes.
Takate!
Shate hamamata hema.
What? No!
What does he say?
He wants to see us die.
So what now, gladiator?
Anta kauka tamata mata. What brings you to the son of Kamaluk? What leads your steps to Takate the Immortal?
I want to negotiate.
Only 2 things bring people to this place, masked woman. Fighting and dying. Bauhake!
No.
I demand that you listen to me!
You have nothing but your life, masked woman. What will you bargain with?
I have found your companions. The companions of the 9 hordes.
Companions who sold me.
Let us talk.
Do you not know who I am?
Takate, Master Gladiator of LLM, Conqueror of the 9 hordes, Bane of the Louse Queen, deadliest predator in all of the Emirate. You call yourself a son of gods, but in truth, you are nothing but the slave of Sulman Diamantos and Marwan al-Ahmad. And now, you are a nobody, ruling over an insignificant rabble.
What do you want?
I want you to spill blood for me. I will free your brothers from slavery. In my realm, no one will have to suffer from this injustice ever again.
Do you see the girls at my feet? What use are they to me if they are free? See? I am spilling blood for you.
Soon I will rule, and you shall be my first governor. You will no longer have to live on the edge of the wilderness.
I take what I want. I do not need the help of a feeble woman.
Listen to me.
Oh, I will listen to you, little masked woman. I will listen to you scream!
The path before me holds much greater battles than this.
No foe in this world can raise Takate's glory. All that is left is time. Time and waiting.
Waiting? What for?
For the very gods to descend and to pit themselves against me.
Then I promise you a death the world won't ever forget. A death that would attract the eyes of the gods themselves. Every lord in the realm of the dead will want to compete with Takate, and all will be jealous of his mortality.
Done.
Done?
Toha Akiwa Mata Hamata. The son of Kamaluk agrees.
Done?
Hopefully her second objective would prove to be less problematic. Sordid business had made the dwarf Norim rich. Like a dragon he hoarded gold and gems in Kadrim's Dale. And like a dragon he defended his hoard against his many enemies.
Wait, I'm confused.
Let's start again. I promise you...
No, let me see if I've got this right. You, a human woman I don't know, and who wears a mask, which looks like trouble for starters, and Takate, my old forest friend who now thinks he's the son of a god, you want to go, on your own...
With your help.
And that's where you lose me.
We want to go and seize the throne of Mengbilla.
Well, here's a question. 1 and 1 makes how many?
2.
Oh, so you do understand the concept of inferiority in numbers. Never mind. Let's go back to the part where you make me promises you can't keep.
Help me to conquer Mengbilla, and I will give
Let
you...
me explain this to you in simple terms. I am the richest dwarf in all of the South. You are a destitute girl in a funny mask. Now what makes you think you and that brain-addled jungle demigod can offer me anything of interest?
Your beard is matted. Makes me twitchy.
The exit is at the end of the hall. The door with the golden knob.
Cassia did not worry. The dwarf would eventually change his mind. Fate had been less kind to the third and last of the gladiators. As a slave, Zerberan of Alanfa led a miserable life in a remote village.
So many words. The whole business of words has ganged up on me. Once I was their ruler. Now they savage me.
Will this poem take long?
Oh, so many wrong words. Leave me. I want to hear no more.
Here I am, searching for a wrathful black mage, and all I find is a pile of self-pity.
This dream was so nice. Until you took off the mask.
Does my face unsettle you?
It's very... interesting. Oh, well... Why?
Why?
Why does such a young woman without shoes want to conquer the Emirate all by herself?
Reasons are illusions. Do flies need a reason to fly?
I see. You're mad.
I am not mad.
And I am no doctor. Get me out of this pitiful desert, and I shall be yours.
You already are. I bought you.
For how much?
For half a thaler.
My value is on the rise.
As soon as we're done, you'll be a free man once more. And now, tell me everything you know about your old friend Norim. Every dirty secret.
I ask?
My face. Does it unsettle you?
No, I don't want to say that.
So what did you want to say, my good man?
Nothing. Nothing, mistress.
Is this all you have to offer?
It's the cheapest stuff in the village.
Why only the cheapest? Do I have no taste?
Oh no, mistress. My wares are all the best.
And see where they got you. To Hero's Hedge. There's even a well. Why don't you look at me?
I'll be honest, mistress. You've made a bad bargain with that slave. Any Shiraka would be of more use than this slob.
Look at me.
Forgive me, mistress.
About my new slave. A grandee of Al-Anfa sold him to you.
Yasmina Florius. Most beautiful woman I've ever seen. No offense, mistress. He was a skeleton when she dropped him off. He's lucky I fed him up again.
Yes, he's practically beaming with happiness. What are his strengths?
He can read.
Any weaknesses I should know about?
Where should I start? He's moppish, bullheaded, he won't move a finger even when whipped, and he talks complete nonsense.
He didn't forget his magic skills, I hope.
Magic? I bought him for a farthing, mistress. Do you know how much a personal mage costs?
Oh, the mysterious girl and her forest man. You're back again. And Zoberan? Is that you?
Greetings, my old friend.
Did Niobe send you?
Niobe? No. No one sent us.
Well, then you're just in time. That witch wants my gold. Well, to be fair, she wants her gold. She somehow found out. Never mind. Follow me.
A few years ago, Norim joined forces with the alchemist Niobe. Niobe's famous dreamweed had made them both rich, but the dwarf had long been dealing behind her back. That is, until Niobe received an unexpected carrier pigeon.
Lay out the bird traps. She'll be here any second.
Traps? You?
Well, the dwarf gets wiser with age.
And fatter.
They're coming from the wrong side! Who let them into my caves?
Maybe your fine golden doorknob broke off.
Run! And gather as much gold from the coffers as you can carry.
Who are those people?
Niobe's henchmen. And there's a lot of them. To the bridge! Now!
Niobe?
Yes, the famous alchemist. Someone must have betrayed me. The crank for the bridge. Someone has to turn it. Gently, but firmly.
I'm sorry about your gold. Gold can be quite pretty.
Pretty? I'm ruined. I'm dead. Done. No, it's all right. I'm calm. I've decided to be calm. I'm calm. Well, masked woman. Back to your ridiculous offer. What do I get if I help you?
Help me to win the throne, and half the gold in the Trodinar's palace will be yours. More than enough to balance your losses.
So you want to overthrow Marwan, the first Kyrios, ruler of the Emirate, master of the games and master of the creatures? And who the hell are you?
I'm his wife.
The right word into the right ear can open many doors. Others may close forever. On this day, Norim lost everything, and Cassia gained a new champion.
If this is about getting rid of your husband...
This is not about revenge.
I know several exquisite poisons.
First, Mengbilla must be mine. Before that, Marwan's death will be of no avail.
And how shall we challenge the mighty Kyrios all on our own?
Not on our own.
Which army did I overlook?
The Silent Legion.
The old bodyguard of the Emir?
The legionnaires are fanatics. They only follow their blood god, Kor.
Sounds like the kind of fighters I want.
Fine. There is just a teeny-weeny problem with your otherwise well-thought-out plan. The Legion's been in prison for years.
That's why you're here.
Praise the beauty of this world.
If you say so. Why have you been staring at us for the last hour?
Cassia asked us to teach you some manners.
And to keep you on your toes.
What can two greybeards possibly teach the son of Kamaluk?
I understand. The forest man thinks he already knows everything.
Could he also carve a spear so big he can't throw it?
Of course.
So, there could be a spear you cannot throw.
So it follows he cannot be a master spear thrower.
I see he has a lot to learn.
So, you're Mariskanian.
Galderan, sword master.
And Garalor, master sorcerer.
We taught little Cassia.
And her father. We'll start small.
But as soon as you understand the beauty of creation, you'll be true masters.
So, this is where you've been for the last 2 years.
Yes, a slave.
One day you were just gone. I thought you died. Or worse, broke my little dwarven heart.
I can imagine the sound, like a small stone cracking.
You don't think I would have?
Oh, no. Who would sell a friend?
You sold me on the slave market.
Oh, that was completely different.
Plums and apricots, Tocate.
It was hardly even slavery. In fact, if you hadn't killed your master, you'd still be living in luxury.
Shut your mouth.
Riz, any news?
Does the mysterious lady have coin? Then Riz has news.
This scrawny beggar is your spy.
Riz is everything. Riz knows the beggar king.
And Riz is cheap.
Criminally cheap. If you want to get into the Emirate from here, there are 3 places you should be interested in. The town of Lorphus to the west, the Fort Cyric in the north, and an old ore mine to the south. The mine delivered good steel to Lorphus for years, but 1 year ago it was plundered by goblins. Now it lies abandoned. The fort's been a building site for years. There shouldn't be more than a handful of guards. They keep a few mercenaries in prison there, according to the beggar king at least. Mercenaries of a bad sort. The creator Shinna al-Shinna has recently delivered one of her creatures to the commander, but they seem to have a hard time controlling the beast. You'll like this news. Marwan has organised a massive show of arms to keep both friend and foe subdued. The cohorts are marching towards Mengbilla to salute the Kyrios in the Basalt Square.
So their lands lie empty?
Not for long. And the creators still watch over their territory, but it's a favourable win for you. She is enchantingly beautiful, but no sense of humour. They say the mother of dreams gives poison to any man who tries to charm her.
Not even the most ruthless rulers of Mengbilla could condone the atrocities of the Silent Legion. 9 years ago, Grand Emir Ankh-Bizi had dismissed the mercenaries from his personal guard and incarcerated them in prisons at the very edge of his realm. Their leader, whom they called Manticore, was sent to the prison of Asakal along with his most trusted followers. For 9 years, silence had reigned in this place.
Sahiba, is it you? It must be you. You are the Silver Spider?
Hang on. You two know each other?
Oh, maybe. That is a broad term. Words are fuel. We have to choose them carefully. The arrival of the Silver Spider had been prophesied.
Which one of you is the Manticore?
I am, Sahiba.
You are the leader? You're by far the youngest here.
The Silent Legion does not ask questions, Sahiba. Kor chooses the Manticore, and the Legion follows.
Is this all? This rabble is the whole Legion?
There are more prisons, Sahiba. They separated us.
What for?
We search for truth, but man is in the way. Man fears the truth, Sahiba, as he shall fear you.
Wait, I'm confused. How do you know, Cassia?
When white doves fall from the sky, the Silver Spider shall awaken. And like the voice of Kor, the Silent Legion shall sweep over the land. Those are the words of the prophet.
Well, that's all very poetic, but...
9 days ago, I found 4 white doves in front of my cell. Blood ran from their throats and formed a sign, like a branching path or a maw with many teeth. It is you, Sahiba. You are the Silver Spider. The Legion follows the Manticore, and the Manticore is yours.
Follow me.
The Silent Legion ransacked the prison and executed the guards. Cassia freed only the smuggler Talia from the upper cells. Then, the silence in Asakal was absolute.
We must talk about conditions.
Conditions?
Do not be mistaken, Sahiba. Kor loves you. But we are mercenaries. Mercenaries must be paid.
Fine, fine. How does this sound? I'll give you back your honoured place as personal guard of the Emir. And of course, the usual. Whatever the mercenaries plunder along the way is theirs.
Kor has great plans for you, Sahiba. Are you all right?
Yes, yes. Just a little dizzy spell. Where's the rest of the Silent Legion?
Everywhere.
Everywhere like the sun, or everywhere like rats?
Some are in the prison of Lorphus. Others are in the fort of Cyric to the north.
Lorphus? Good. They can help us plunder the city. Why Silent Legion? Is it a metaphor?
It's a vow, Sahiba. If you join the Legion, you keep silent and obey. The word of the Manticore is the law.
And the Manticore is you. Why? Everything is staring at me, with eyes like thorns. Want to see if I bleed when they prick me. Think I'm mad? No. I don't have to keep you in chains, do I?
No, mistress. I know my place.
So, you were an Alanfan grandee?
Zerberan of House Florios.
I think not.
Excuse me?
Members of House Florios are all dark-skinned and missing their ring finger. Your fingers are all there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All there.
Yes, but...
You were a slave to the Florios, personal mage of Grandee Yosmina. After the war, you fled to the Horasian Empire and masqueraded as a Grandee. In Mengbilla, you came to fame as a gladiator, and then to riches as a merchant of dreamweed. But you were betrayed and handed over to your old mistress, who tortured you and finally sold you for a single farthing in the middle of nowhere. And now you sit here and cough up dust like a mistreated dog.
You missed the part where I saved the world.
Oh, dwarf without gold and clan. I'm nothing.
Nothing, son of nobody.
What did you say?
Your clan has cast you out.
Well, so what? That was a long time ago.
Rich or poor, here you can be yourself.
Then I'd rather be rich. So, if you really want revenge against Marwan...
This is not about revenge.
Oh, no one believes that. What else can all this palaver be about?
Does it matter?
Well, just so long as you keep your promises. Human kings forget all about their promises too often, and then they suddenly die. And it's all too late.
It wasn't easy, but I managed to rustle up a few things.
The best, I hope?
Probably not. But if I had a little more freedom...
Smuggling?
Let's just say what you don't know won't harm you.
Do what you can. If you prove yourself useful, I'll make you scribe of my court.
Yep. All right.
At least you remain loyal to me.
Once a slave, always a slave. That's the way of the world. Until Gror catches the world discus and throws it back to Roar.
If he catches it.
The noble savage let his gaze sweep over the land. The pipe ruins the picture somewhat.
What do you want?
Do you know how to make shrunken heads?
Yes.
Good. Why are you so eager to die, Takate?
They say death cannot be beaten. I want to see if he lives up to his reputation.
I promise you, 1 year from now there will be a statue of Kamaluk's son in every town.
Good.
Why Niobe? Why not do business with someone else?
A legendary beauty that grows the best dreamweed in the south? How could I have stayed away?
And now?
Now it begins. Gather your things and follow me.
Maybe what Cassia was about to do was madness. The people following her were mad, without doubt. On the day of the Basilisk, the Silent Legion set out on their march. Above their helmets streamed the banner of the Silver Corapia.
Who's there?
Show me what you've got.
Tell your ancestors Takate sent you. Not guarded very well.
Marwan cares little about this part of his realm.
Understandably, it's a swamp.
Plunder everything. Open the prisons.
They liberated the dungeon at Cyric, and Cassia's camp grew. After the skirmish, Faramud went out to read the will of Kor in the dried blood of his enemies. He stayed for a full hour, and what he saw filled him with confidence.
What are you doing?
Catching flies. It's a trick. Grasp them from the front, and they'll fly straight into your hand.
Spiders have their own ways of dealing with flies. We lure them into webs and poison them. Why were you banished?
Those who long for the good in the world always have enemies.
I understand. You're paladins of light.
Yes, but our handicraft is gruesome. The last emir didn't have the stomach for it. But I know your stomach is stronger.
Why do I want to rule? Why? But no. I just don't know. The good ruler should know everything. But this, I do not know. Why did your clan cast you out?
Why don't you concern yourself with your own problems? No, calm. I am calmness incarnate. Very calm.
I had expected more from the son of a god.
Takate. Yeah, he's lost his edge. You've got to unleash him, you know. He's got to become a gladiator again. Then you'll be delighted.
And how will that work?
Oh, how should I know? His heart must beat for glory. Other feelings will hold him back.
Do you ever feel hatred for your master?
For you, mistress?
Yes. Don't you long to be free?
No. Goals, plans, it's all too tiring. Being a slave is relaxing.
How does it feel to be a god?
Like a velvety breath from the flowers of the sneaking death. The first day, you are free as a bird. But then, it weighs you down.
Little happened on the fringes of the emirate. No one cared about Cassia's band of outcasts. Just another mob from the swamps. Another mosquito about to bite.
What do smoothskins want?
Everything.
Oh, whoever built this mine had no idea. Follow me. I know where to find the richest ores.
Starting this day, precious metals would be carted to Hero's Hedge, and from Hero's Hedge to Cassia's encampment.
The visions Kor sends to you.
Not visions, signs. From time to time, when a mighty blow fells an enemy, Kor will paint a red sign on the ground.
And how do you know what Kor is trying to tell you?
I am the Manticore.
So you have no choice. You only follow the blood.
No one ever has a choice. We do what we do, like the sand running through an hourglass.
What sense does that make?
I don't know, Sahiba. I simply follow.
How did Kor choose you?
We don't talk about that.
Very well. Then why do you think he chose you?
We do not ask that question. Thinking about it drives you mad.
Yes. Yes, that's true. Trees don't need a reason to grow, flies don't need a reason to fly. So why do I need a reason to rule? Why me?
I've been wondering about this for quite some time. Why Marwan of all men? Your marriage, I mean.
Marwan wanted me, and he had enough money to secure me. Marriage is a breeding ground for betrayal. I'll abolish it. Why was Norim cast out? Do you know anything about it?
Promise me you'll never bring this up. If you talk to him about it, I won't be held responsible.
I promise.
Norim wasn't cast out. He cast himself out. Ashamed that he didn't pass his baptism of fire.
Baptism of fire?
Some ridiculous ritual for dwarves coming of age. They have to walk through fire or some such nonsense.
I thought Norim liked fire.
Oh, he's obsessed with it. Now you know why.
Oh, if only I could eat in peace for once.
Even a dwarf has to want something other than gold.
Yes, girl with the mask. We also want beer and a roof over our heads. 'Cause we're all the same, us dwarves.
I think you want to go home.
Right, I'm so terribly homesick. Thank you so much for reminding me. Now, let me eat.
It seems you never sleep either.
I sleep sitting down.
Would your tribe do everything you asked of them?
My tribe will stay where they are. Gamaluk's son will not bleed his own children.
Why not? Every other damn god does.
They won't fight for you.
Speed was Cassia's weapon. She must be swift and strike like lightning. Her small band marched through the night. At sunrise, they looked down on the pale roofs of Lorphus.
The morning sun will blind our enemies. You attack the city, and I'll free my men. Then we'll use a pincer movement, like two reptiles.
Change of plans. One of my gladiators will go in your stead.
You don't trust me?
Someone has to guard our backs, and you're the only one I trust.
Follow me. Free as many as possible.
While the mercenaries freed their companions, Cassia and the rest fell on the city. Cassia's mask gleamed in the morning sun. Cowering in their homes, the people made signs to ward off evil spirits.
Get the vermin under control, or you'll be deported to Duya and turn into vermin yourself. Bring me those vagabonds!
Listen to me, people of Lorfus. A storm is coming. My lightning will cleave your roofs, and my spiders fly on the wind. I am Cassia Corapia. I am the dead of night, and all that was yours will be mine.
After plundering the city, Cassia had the governor beheaded and sent his head to Marwan. Everyone would know that Cassia Corapia had challenged her husband, and that she would annihilate anyone who would stand in her way.
The shrunken head fits our Simon well. I bet it's exactly the right size for his brain. Do you remember, Haseki, how I once said I don't like to be disappointed? Why isn't she dead? I was assured she'd be dead.
A mistake, Your Eminence.
Yes, a mistake. Or fate. It's amazing you can still recognize him. My stupid cousin. Never really loved him. Is it inhumane to say that?
You are the first, Kyrios. You alone decide on humane or inhumane.
Now that's a burden.
Do you want to send out the cohorts?
And ruin my show of arms? Are my governors not capable of dealing with my insane wife? No, I've got a better idea.
We've captured 2 carriages, Sahiba.
Anyone of note?
Well, one of them is a niece of the governor of Festina.
I remember the man. Bahram al-Kumrat. One of Marwan's lapdogs. I hope his niece is brighter than him, at least. I'll question her.
Do you pray often, Sahiba?
In the morning, in the evening, at midday, at midnight. Even in my nightmares. I always pray to Kor to guide me.
Kor hears you. His signs are sprouting. We must not fade now.
You're not like the other mercenaries. Why do you follow the god of battle, Faramud?
Who would you follow if gods and demons were calling you to the last battle?
I'd follow my own banner. Why me? Again? I? This keeps going around. There has to be something. Otherwise, you've got yolk in your beard.
At least I don't need a mask.
I'm curious. A hoard of gold, and in so little time.
All right, yeah. Turn the knife in the wound, why don't you?
Difficult to achieve with honest trade.
Look, trade secrets are trade secrets.
Niobe's Dreamweed Empire probably made a lot of money for you. Perhaps more than Niobe would have liked.
Or maybe this honest dwarf made some clever investments.
How may I serve you, mistress?
Tell me what you want. Everybody wants something. There's a stubborn longing in every mind, and it will gnaw and gnaw and gnaw.
Why bother, mistress? I'm already your slave.
Bother?
You want to know what drives me, to better control me. I'm an Alanthan, mistress. I know all about intrigue. Why don't we skip the games, and you simply tell me what you want?
We'll discuss this later.
We've been marching for a long time. Don't forget your promise.
Honestly, do you think we will win?
No. But Takate will find a legendary death. Like Hayat Tepe, when he hunted the Yakai.
Is this the niece?
Yes. She wore a key around her neck, with a crow engraved upon it. But she won't tell us what it opens. Thumbscrews?
No, I don't like the screaming. There are more refined methods to make people talk. If she's frightened, we'll threaten her. If she's naive, we'll lie. If she's neither, we'll make her an offer. You don't have to be afraid.
Afraid? As soon as my uncle has freed me, I'll sign your death sentence.
Witty.
Tell me who you are.
Rashida Ben Yali, niece of Bahram al-Kumrat, the man who will destroy you when he learns of this farce.
She has a certain eloquence.
A true poetess.
Maybe you can help us.
Well, maybe. Does my spit on your mask help you?
She's not afraid.
Neither is she wise, so your uncle will save you.
He will, and he'll quarter you.
Yes. Problem is, he's dead.
What?
We raided his country estate 2 days ago.
That... you're lying.
Bring the pike with Uncle Bahram's head.
No, please, I'll talk. A few days ago, we stormed a hideout of the Crows.
The Crows? The sect of assassins?
The first Kyrios fears an attempt on his life. This key opens the cells of the murderers. I was supposed to bring it to Lorfus.
So much for that.
Shall we hang the prisoners?
What for?
As an example to all enemies of the Silver Spider. To let them go would be a risk, but we also cannot drag them along with us.
No.
Are you sure, Sahiba?
It's hard to be sure about anything. But if you doubt me once more, you'll be the first to hang. And from now on, never take more prisoners than we can carry.
Don't take this amiss. At one time, I may have complimented you.
Oh, take what you want, my lord.
You're afraid? Of me?
I don't know, my lord.
No one will call Cassia Corapia unfair. We'll pay exactly what your cheap wares are worth.
You're very gracious, my lord.
Tell your friends, you don't have to fear Cassia Corapia. As soon as she's ended Marwan's tyrannical rule, well, if she manages to. In any case, don't worry. Show me your wares. Or what's left of them, at least.
What is it?
Sahiba?
You're staring at me.
Forgive me, but so much blood has been spilled.
Yes, it's an ugly business.
But not enough blood for Kor.
What?
The Silver Spider still has many enemies in the city that won't accept her radiance. Maggots come creeping from the shadows. Maggots who will stab you in the back, hide their treasures. The Silent Legion would be honored to squash them.
We'll discuss this later.
Why's that woman staring at my beard? Hey! You shouldn't annoy a dwarf who's lost even a single coin of gold. And this dwarf lost a bloody valley full of gold. But I'm calm. I'm completely calm. I just hope for your sake your terrible steel isn't overpriced.
The Commander Nazrin is an acquaintance of Franja Baltera, the governor of Quaris. If you want to ransack Quaris, Nazrin could be of use, if you know what I mean.
Nazrin? Tell me what you know.
Oh, it's hard to remember these things when you haven't eaten for days. Oh, now I remember. There are rumours about Nazrin's sister Kareem. She's said to worship Fex, the forbidden god of thieves. Nazrin cares a lot about her sister. She's the only family she has left. The gardens of the Druid are full of tree creatures. The Druid controls them with a hell organ, according to the Beggar King. During his last visit, Riz crawled through the aqueduct. Smart, eh? It's a good way to enter unseen. Marwan laid siege to Baron Karl for years. There's still a lot of the siege engines left. But watch out for those weird tree creatures. Commander Nazrin had a hell organ put up in front of the fort in order to control the Druid's creatures. Amir says the Druid has been forbidden from entering the palace gardens.
Why? What could be of interest to him there?
Research, maybe? There are lots of rare plants. Adamant is a heathen. He believes the creators need no gods. Ticketes loves secrets, but the Beggar King knows much too. For instance, that Ticketes was banned from the Alchemists' Guild when he was a young man. Shinna is said to be very vain. Riz has heard that she's particularly fond of her pretty eyes.
What do the people say about me?
Oh, everyone adores the Silver Spider, mistress. They hope she'll drive out the tyrant and his creatures.
Having been destroyed by Marwan's troops, the fortress of Barankal now served as a quarry for the creators. As a stronghold, it was of little use to Cassia, but she hoped to at least find some useful equipment.
The drawbridges are up. Shall we storm them?
No. I know Baron Karl. There's a secret path down to the river. We'll scout ahead. If we need your help, we'll lower the drawbridges. And then you'll storm them.
Lowering the bridges seems a good idea.
Aren't those the prisoners we set free?
No one gives thanks for a good deed, mistress. I know that from experience.
It's rotten.
Ah, a dwarf can make it work.
The next day, several carts of machinery and firewood were brought to the mercenary camp, and the camp grew.
My mercenaries say you carry a message from Marwan, blind man.
Yes, Kyria.
I am blind too sometimes. At night, my eyes disappear. I also lost my face. But yours seems familiar.
I once sculpted you, many years ago.
Gilman. Gilman, the sculptor. You were a friend. Weren't we friends?
I hope so, yes.
When did you become blind?
The first Kyrios gave my eyes to the creator Shinna. He was dissatisfied with my design for his Colossus.
Too fat?
Too small.
So, what does Marwan want?
I'm here to reassure you that Mirai is fine.
Mirai?
Your sister?
Mirai.
You forgot about her?
No. Never. Where is she?
Marwan has given her to the Mother of Dreams.
Niobe.
What does Niobe want with my sister?
I do not know.
What Niobe is infamous for? Experiments. Human experiments. Alchemist witch stuff, magic, poisons, fetuses in glass jars, things like that.
Actually, she did give Mirai some potion.
What kind of potion?
I have no idea.
Never trust a blind emissary.
But it's true! Your sister has been brought to Niobe.
Did you see it with your own eyes?
I accompanied her there.
Cut off his hand.
Wait! Yes, Marwan is setting a trap for you. But your sister is there, I swear she is. He wants you to come and get her. Please! I cannot swear without a hand.
Tell me.
Marwan is waiting for you in Niobe's courtyard. They will open the gates for you. They'll post archers behind every window.
There are dozens of windows in Niobe's courtyard.
And they'll unleash their creatures. Then, the drawbridge to the courtyard will be lifted behind you.
And my sister?
In the courtyard. She's the bait.
And Marwan's there too, are you sure?
Well, obviously I didn't see him, but I heard him talking to Niobe.
We leave immediately.
Slow down. Shouldn't we discuss this, mistress?
She is my sister. We depart right away.
What about the blind man?
He's suffered enough. Let him go.
This cockroach could crawl back to Marwan. Should we take his tongue?
Why? I don't think he's seen anything. Catching flies again?
Of what use are these creatures? They don't want anything, they don't produce anything. Why were they created, I wonder?
After some time, they taste quite nice. How is it my fault the gods created humans as mortals? They shouldn't get in my way. No. I cannot make it so easy. Honestly, do you think we will win?
Have you ever seen a pack of inbred dogs attack an elephant? They simply don't realize how small they are. You've got no money and no experience. Your mercenaries are a band of ragged convicts. Your baggage is made up of a single smuggler, your teachers are geriatric, and your spy is a beggar.
Marwan will underestimate us.
And rightly so.
Honestly, do you think we will win?
I think it's highly improbable. But it was also improbable that we would beat the Nine Hordes. Improbability is my business. Fuck it! That's my motto.
You're the only one not constantly staring at me.
My sister was once attacked by a dream leech. She was a beautiful girl, but afterwards, her face shriveled.
What happened to her?
I don't know, and I don't care. And why do you want to die?
I don't.
Then why start this war?
I've made promises I couldn't keep. Promises have to be kept, or they'll rob us of our sleep. Like mosquitoes, buzzing.
I will give you a better reason. Fight so your name won't be forgotten. Only then will you be immortal.
For the first time in years, Cassia was afraid. But not for her sister. She was afraid because she could not remember Mirai's face. Somewhere inside her was a dark hole, and she could feel it growing.
Has Niobe's estate stayed the same over the last 3 years?
Well, as far as I know.
Pretty ponds where she grows her algae? A moat in front of the windows?
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking of hellish sulphur.
Marwan!
Cassia! Look at you. So it's true.
A spirit.
An illusion.
I long to embrace you, my love. No matter. I'll be with you soon.
I understand your anger, and yes, I do feel a tiny sting. It may be guilt, or perhaps just the bittersweet loneliness of a triumphant man. Because in my heart, I feel you don't want to kill me, Cassia.
Look out!
Do you know what a blood potion is? Mirai knows, don't you, Mirai? Lovely dumb thing. I understand why she's so dear to you. Anyway, if I die, she'll die with me.
Not if you die first.
I think she will, my dear.
If Marwan dies, Mirai dies. Cassia was unsure of the precise implications, but she knew this would change everything, and that knowledge unsettled her.
Mirai.
So, your sister is mute.
And stubborn. Mirai. Don't you want to come to me?
You've got to give her time. She's afraid.
Mirai.
Mistress, the melodies the creators use to control their creatures,
What about it?
it could be useful to know them, don't you think? Why kill all the beasts if you could control them? We're too few to attack Marwan in Mingbilla, but with the melodies...
No trace of Marwan, Sahiba. But we found the Mother of Dreams.
Niobe, I want to talk to her.
Me too. I want to know where my gold is.
Flies, midges, flies. Who discerns between these animals? I wonder. The world is porous, and from the holes rise uncertainty. Why is this stone a house, and this one a street? The world is badly catalogued.
Getting up, sleeping, getting up, sleeping, getting up, sleeping. No sense. Makes no sense. The little screeching voice, always bawling. Hunger, hunger. Could swaddle it in conviction. Doesn't matter. The monster won't stop bawling. You said the melodies of the creators could help us.
As far as I know, there are 5 of them, each with a different power. 4 of them are kept by the creators. The 5th and most powerful one is kept under lock and key by Marwan. That's how he controls the great petrifier. When lowly soldiers can use the instruments, we can too.
What were you planning to do with all that money?
What should I have done with it?
I just asked you that.
I don't understand this conversation.
What's the use of hoarding gold if you don't spend it?
What's the use? Oh, you big uns know so little.
The dwarf is disappointing. I had hoped for more.
You must unleash his anger. I remember when Niam died.
Niam?
She fought at our side against the 9 hordes.
I remember. The Louse Queen beat her to a pulp.
The crowd cheered, but Norim was furious. Even I would have avoided a duel with him then.
Looks like time finally caught up with you. Don't your tinctures help anymore?
Cassia?
So, you two know each other?
Niobe and I are old friends. Sisters, almost. What? Does my face unsettle you?
What have you become?
Become? I'm still the same. Iron doesn't bend so easily.
You won't kill me just like that.
No, I won't. First I have to know things. Secrets. Secrets grow from the mud like worms. Worms carry on living when cut in half. Did you know that? I wonder whether they have 2 souls then. What do you think?
Cassia, I never wanted for you to come to harm. If you want to get revenge on Marwan...
This is not about revenge. You poisoned my sister.
What are you talking about?
The blood potion.
I haven't given it to anyone. I brewed the potion for Marwan. That was all.
Give me the remedy.
I've never made one.
Then you better start right now.
What, right now? Without a laboratory?
You have such a pretty head, Niobe. It would be a shame for you to lose it. Why are you staring at me?
Your face. It was the Karapia venom, wasn't it?
You know what they say about the venom of the Karapia?
Madness. Or death. And you're alive.
And sane.
So you're dying.
You will cure me?
Of the Karapia venom. Karapias are sacred. There's no cure.
Tell me what you need.
Do you think I'm lying? I'd be glad to have something I could barter with. There is no cure.
You could share with me the secrets of the creators. Tell me something about Marwan's allies. If your information proves helpful, I'll let you go.
I nearly didn't recognize you, Cassia. But you haven't changed. It's still nothing but empty promises.
Where's my gold, you scrawny witch?
Your gold?
My gold, the gold your men stole from me.
That you stole from me? You and your lecherous Al-Anfan friend? Although I'm not sure he'll still call you a friend when he finds out you sold him.
Sold? Me? Him? That is ridiculous. She's lying. That's a pathetic shot. Pathetic. I would never, Zerberan. Pathetic. That's a very bad lie. That's what that is. That's very flimsy.
Indeed.
Cassia, wait! All of this! What are you doing? What do you want?
To rule.
But why?
There is no why. There is only the urge. We grow upwards like plants, stealing the light from other plants. Do you think Marwan had any sound reasons to conquer Mingbilla?
And do you think anyone loves Marwan?
You have a remedy to find.
Cassia, please! Let me go. At least free me from this humiliating cage.
You've been trading with the creators. Why do the creators stay loyal to Marwan? They're far more powerful than he'll ever be.
Not everyone is like you. The creators want freedom. Marwan provides it.
How did the creators breed so many beasts?
Even if I knew, you'd be the last one I'd tell.
We saw one of the beasts tamed by a melody.
Creatures are obedient to those who made them, but not to Marwan's servants. And so every creature obeys a certain melody, like a dog with a whistle. Still, the spell will only work when the creature is inside a banishing circle.
Every creator controls their own creatures. Who is the master of each beast?
The druid breeds plant creatures. Adamant the Shaper creates creatures made of sand. Ticketus the Silent creates his monsters out of corpses and bones. Shinner al-Shinner hatches insects. The last melody controls the petrifier. Marwan himself guards it in his palace. Cassia, listen! You must never play all the melodies at once.
Why not?
You would trigger the same catastrophe that Marwan unleashed during his attack on Mengbilla. A storm of chimeras with thousands of victims.
Are you crying?
Go away!
I won't hurt you. I just have to keep up appearances.
Are you trying to convince yourself that you're doing the right thing? Cassia, why? Why do you want to rule? You of all people.
I've made promises I couldn't keep. Promises have to be kept, or they'll rob us of our sleep. Like mosquitoes, buzzing.
Then take a closer look at what Marwan did to this land.
You remember my slave, Zerberan?
I wish I could say I didn't. I hate men who preen themselves like peacocks. That stupid haircut, for starters.
He's a decent man.
Is that good or bad for you?
What could be bad about that? Be nice to him.
The Silver Spider ordered Faramud to defend the conquered land. The Manticore followed, and the Legion, as always, followed the Manticore. As the dust settled, the banner of the Silver Corapia still flew above the gates.
Your enemies are amassing in the outskirts of the city. You have to show severity, Sahiba.
Why are you still here, then? What's this about?
Some cowards have taken their treasure to a cave in the woods. We'll smoke them out and bring you their heads.
I'd be more interested in their treasure.
Do you know why the hare never lights a fire in its den? Because the fox can see the smoke for miles.
No! No! Listen to me!
We are the Silent Legion. We don't care for talk. You haven't died in vain. Tomorrow morning, your blood will show us the way.
Those who fled paid for their cowardice with their lives. Their heads were mounted on spikes outside the city, a silent but eloquent symbol of Cassia Corapia's ruthlessness.
Your sister is following me.
So you've noticed.
I want her gone.
Good luck. She doesn't listen to me.
I want her gone, or I'll bash in her teeth. I will hit her until she is uglier than you.
Do you know what a Mariskani incarnation bath is, son of a god?
No.
Galderan told me about it. First, you're covered in honey and strung upside down. Then your face is turned into the sun. Flies settle on your face until it's all black. Vermin crawl into your body and begin to eat you from the inside out. After 2 weeks, nothing's left of you but a hollow shell.
And?
Mirai likes scary stories. Maybe you could tell her one. What do the people say about me?
Oh, everyone adores the Silver Spider, mistress.
The Silent Legion marched without a sound. No word, no song ever passed their lips. An intangible dread emanated from this silence. But Cassia liked it. Nothing disturbed her plotting.
Oh, by Angros's beard, what are we doing here? Why do we even need this backwater town?
It's on our way, and I want it.
On the way to where? Mengbilla lies to the west.
Let the fishermen go. The fight is over.
They will not talk.
Faramud has ordered a bloodbath.
And I order them to stop.
The Silent Legion never refuses an order from their leader. The Manticore wants to read in the blood of our enemies.
There's already enough blood for an epic. Sheathe your weapons.
The following day, no one saw Cassia without her mask. She did not say a single word. No one could tell what she was thinking, but everyone could tell that her thoughts utterly consumed her.
Where do the signs lead us today?
The Great Moor opens. We are on the right path, Sahiba. but Kor wishes for more blood.
Our god loves simple patterns. More signs, more blood. More blood, more bloody signs. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Always the same. Like pounding grapes. So very boring. I want you to fall in love.
With you, mistress?
With Niobe. I cannot trust her, but I need her recipes.
You want me to seduce her? I've already failed at that once. And my ego has taken quite a few blows since then.
Whom else should I ask? The dwarf. I have complete trust in your abilities. What about your companion, the half-elf? Niam?
Oh, stop twisting the knife, will you? There's nothing to tell. She died and I killed everyone who had a part in it.
Niam was like family to you, was she not?
Well, she was away with the fairies most of the time, but... do we have to talk about Niam?
No. We only have to make sure nothing like this ever happens again. We must stick together. Like family.
Your sister follows me around.
I noticed. We saw your first fight in the arena all those years ago, Mirai and I. You were her favorite. She carved your face into our table.
I want her to leave me alone.
Good luck with that. Admit it. A small part of your black heart likes my sister.
It is true. The son of Kamaluk appreciates those who do not talk.
Good. I want you to keep an eye on her. There are many men in this camp, and I don't trust a single one of them.
And why do you trust me?
Instinct.
The creators provided Marwan with their chimeras, and Marwan provided them with new beasts for their creations. Tigers, monkeys, and lizards were carted all over the emirate. The camps of the creature hunters appeared everywhere.
I can't say I miss those. Morphos. I don't know what the creators plan to do with them.
Slaughter all the animals and stuff them.
Is that really necessary?
These creatures are used to breed chimeras, like the louse queen that devoured your friend Niam.
Never mention that again. Do you understand? Never again.
Cassia had all of the beasts stuffed and sent one to each of Marwan's governors. But to Marwan himself, she only sent a mosquito in a glass.
What if those signs aren't even from Kor? What if a demon is sending them?
Do not doubt, Sahiba. Doubt drags us into the abyss.
I could poison them all. What would it change? Clay remains clay. Dust remains dust. No, I need a reason. Your famous charm wasn't enough to win over Niobe.
A heart of stone will be a heart of stone. Niobe has sent away every suitor she ever had. I was only one pretty face in a long line.
Has your friend always been such a mess?
Yeah. But at least he's calmed down now. He should get married and find his inner peace. Not going to happen with those bags under his eyes, though.
Kamaluk's son will tell you something. Zorbaran was once the first to rise every morning. I asked what he was doing. He said, I am meditating on the primordial sources of power.
And now I have to rouse him at least 3 times before he finally gets up.
Don't rouse him. Rouse his lust for power.
What happened?
Punishment for a broken oath.
Why? Because of the fisherman?
For disobeying my order.
This is absurd. I gave the order to let the fisherman go.
Those who break the oath forfeit their life. Even if our heart bleeds, we have to follow the oath. They didn't want it any other way. None of them protested.
Yes, because they're forbidden to talk.
To put an end to the attempts on his life once and for all, Marwan stormed the hideouts of the crows. But Cassia was also interested in the mysterious assassins. As silently as death's wings, her boat floated out of the mist.
Do we really want to free the assassins?
We do. Find the prisoners.
The crows had been ordered to kill Marwan. Cassia did not know by whom, and the head of the crows remained silent. So she paid his fee and recruited him.
Do you ever question Kor's plans?
Every day. Sometimes it all seems wrong to me. Why? Why am I Kor's brutal tool? You were no stranger to haunting questions either.
And how do you make them disappear?
I take a knife and cut my skin. As soon as the blood flows, my thoughts are pure again.
Excuse my curiosity, mistress, but if this is not about revenge, then why are we doing all of this?
Marwan is weak. Sooner or later the day will come when someone will strike him down, and that day will also be Mirai's last day.
So this is for your sister? Is that what you think? I think it's about power. It's always about power. The sweet freedom of having nothing but blue sky above you.
It's one thing I still can't get straight in my head. On the very day Niobe storms my valley, the three of you turn up out of nowhere. Now, a dwarf might wonder who it was opened the door for Niobe's men.
The one with the golden knob?
Yes, the door with the golden fucking knob.
Why don't you ask Niobe yourself?
Oh, I did. The witch claims Zobaran betrayed my hideout to her, which is obviously just meant to drive a wedge between us.
Obviously. Zerberan is family. Let the snake spit her poison. She won't drive a wedge between us.
So, you don't know who betrayed me either?
Niobe surely had her spies. One of your carters, perhaps. What do you think of Faramud?
A good man, but he talks too much.
Although his subjects hardly ever saw their Kyrios, Marwan still liked to portray himself as a man of the people. And, like the emperors of old, he wanted to gift his people with healing baths. Of the mighty complex, only the main building had been finished. Cassia would make sure it stayed that way. With a solemn ceremony, Cassia named the building site the Corapia Baths. From now on, the wineskins of the mercenaries were always filled with strengthening spring water.
I now understand you, Sahiba.
I doubt that.
We can no longer turn back. The abyss is following us, and if we stop, we will fall. I think something is wrong. Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe I'm mad. Or finally sane. I don't understand the signs anymore.
Do not doubt, Manticore. It doesn't suit you. I had expected more from the son of a god.
He's a forest man. What do you expect? There's probably a small, friendly heart beating inside his gladiator's chest. Just make sure it doesn't grow too much.
What am I eating?
Grub cake.
Grub cake?
Made of dried silkworms. Good for the stomach.
Oh.
We're friends, aren't we, Norin, son of nobody? We're family. You'll remain faithful to me.
Well, faith comes to those that pay for it.
Would you walk through the fire for me, son of nobody?
What do you mean, walk through the fire?
Would you let me down?
No. What do you mean, walk through the fire? Why walk through the fire?
It's a metaphor.
Why do you think I would be afraid to walk through the fire? Oh, how do you big-uns come up with these absurd ideas?
I only wanted to know whether you'd stand by my side.
Well, you can bet on it! I will show you how a dwarf walks through the fire.
I hear you've changed your mind about Faramud.
The man is possessed by a satyr. Someone must drive it out.
In the middle of the valley of Pristina rose a single mountain. It was here that the most eccentric of the creators had made his home. The people called him the Druid, as he could bend nature to his will. He seemed to have been expecting Cassia. When her band reached his home, the gates opened silently.
Trap. I bet my life on it.
Let's find out.
As I said, trap. You really want to go through this magic portal? I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Cassia had the house searched and plundered, but neither the creator nor his melody of creation could be found. And so, together with her closest allies, she went through the dimensional portal.
This is impressive.
Impressive? This is a terrible place. We should...
Silence!
When Los, the All God, stood above slain Sumu, he regretted what he had done. Tears fell down on Sumu's body, and the All God knew. The All God forgot everything. You must not be here. This is a sacred place.
And now it belongs to me, just like everything else.
Leave my creatures be. You're mad.
Only in theory.
She took the melody of the creator and sealed the magic grove. The druid was dragged into the camp and put into a cage.
There are more mosquitoes than last year. Is that possible, wise man?
A wet summer, Your Eminence.
Wet, yes. Half, you say?
Maybe not quite half.
Not quite. Enlighten me, wise man, because this seems curious to me. How can it be that my young wife, a pitiful creature that has never even been to war, has, with nothing but a ragged band of prisoners, made a wreckage out of almost half of my realm? No wise answer? Why, in the name of all demons, am I suddenly surrounded by the shrunken heads of my commanders? Did I give the 9 districts to insipid freeloaders? Send the cohorts!
As you wish, Your Eminence.
And have their heads buried. Incapable as they might have been, they still deserve their peace.
You look unwell, mistress.
Is that an Al-Anfan compliment?
She has a fever.
Sahiba, the first Kyrios has finally sent an answer. A cohort is coming from the west, another one from the south. They carry cages with the monsters of the creators, dozens of them. The Silent Legion is strong, Sahiba, but this enemy is much stronger than us.
That's it then, we're dead.
No, dying is not an option. Heaven, earth, ruler, heavenly right. All tactics are based on deception. Heaven, earth.
Sahiba, are you all right?
I'm reading.
Heaven? Earth? I think I'm getting an idea.
Does my face unsettle you?
I shudder. Will you kill me? Go on. I'll leave my work behind.
You mean your monsters?
The monster is you. I create art.
Tell me about the melodies.
When our creations fell on Mangbilla, they took the lives of thousands. No one could control what we had unleashed, not even Namaka, our master. When she tried, she was petrified by her own creature. Our melodies are but chains, protecting us from our curiosity.
Art rules over nature, I can agree to that, but artworks that lay ruin to a whole stretch of land?
Do they? We created melodies to tame our beasts. Who tames yours?
I have questions.
And I will not answer.
Maybe you'll change your mind when you hear of Marwan's plans for you. Did you know...
Did you know I can read your thoughts? That you have to lie only shows me how desperate you are. Leave me alone.
Let him go.
I thank you.
For years, the creators had been mining marble for their palaces on the heights of Aralcor. The river had cut deeply into the rock, but rock was the ally of the dwarves.
We will turn heaven and earth upside down. Let stones rain down on that bloody river. That'll buy us some time. And meanwhile, the rest of us will lure the second cohort into the swamps.
Show yourself. You shall know Takate has bested you. Come, before their boats arrive. More rocks! Who said only the spirits control you? Let's go.
The day had come. The day when they would either hear songs of victory or the calls of carrion birds. The day when Marwan played his hand.
Form ranks!
Back! Get back behind the gate!
Just a little longer.
There's no time! It all ends.
Withdraw! Withdraw!
They're retreating. The day is ours. Now the time has come, beloved.
She did it. No doubtful gaze fell on Cassia Corapia in this hour. Beneath her, the earth was shaking. Her triumph was so near, tangible. And then she felt the claws of the venom.
Oh, what are we doing here?
We're gathering rain quartz.
Friends, am I the only one wondering about the point of all this? I mean, the girl is dead.
We should prepare ourselves. The journey will be long.
Niobe knows a way to heal her.
As I said, dead. Those who put their lives in the hands of a witch are dead, or worse. Think about it, 30 bits of rain quartz? 2 should be enough for a remedy.
Better too much than too little.
She's mad.
The Sahiba is not mad.
Oh, says the rooster about the hen.
The poison of the Karapias either steals your life or your mind. In the Sahiba's case, they steal her life.
And?
Therefore, the Sahiba is not mad.
For 2 weeks, Cassia's campaign had ground to a halt. For 2 weeks, her entourage champed at the bit. Now, finally, the wounded spider ventured out of her hiding place once more.
So many stars up there. Hard to think with them hanging so low. I can almost touch them.
You seem to have recovered, mistress.
Bloodletting is horrible. Feels as if your life force is draining away. But Niobe knows her craft.
Niobe? Yes.
You're losing a lot of blood. Didn't Niobe say bloodletting wouldn't save you?
There are questions in my blood. Poisoned voices. Have to flow out. All of them. Tomorrow we attack again. Do you have the crystals?
All 30 of them.
And the night lilies?
What night lilies?
We also need 30 night lilies.
Oh, first it's roots, then it's crystals, now she wants flowers.
I'm sorry to be such an inconvenience. No leaves, no healing. It's Niobe's recipe, not mine. You mistrust her?
Yes, and her walking free all of a sudden. I don't like that either.
She's still my prisoner.
Who says she's not playing a game with us? Look, believe me, I have a lot of experience with lying witches.
Let her play. We're better at this game. Your dwarven friend doesn't seem to like me very much.
Oh, don't worry. Deep down inside his heart, Norim is just looking for a family. He misses his clan, and this hole in his heart has to be filled with gold.
Must be one hell of a hole. What do you think? Did I choose the right ally?
Who? Faramud? Well, he's still pretty young. Oh, he'll grow. Just give him a few years.
One ingredient is still missing. Which one?
If I tell you that, I'm dead.
You're too mistrustful, dear friend.
Might have something to do with all the corpses you leave behind.
I swear to you.
Your oaths are worthless, Cassia. I need safety.
You are afraid. I can see you shaking.
Yes.
Because you feel the end draw closer. Because you do not know what will come after.
No. I know what's coming. What do you think of Faramud?
If I could read thoughts, I'd skip his.
The bridgehead on the North Ask had protected the western lands from lizardmen and Novades since ancient times. While Cassia and her gladiators distracted the commander, the silent mercenaries approached from the north.
You know what to do.
Don't let her pass the bridge! Stop! Please stop! The fort of Akiza is yours!
Bring her to the camp.
The mercenaries dragged the young commander of Akiza by the hair into their camp and put her in a cage. At the same time, a delivery from the Eurasian Empire arrived. We appreciate your righteous fight for freedom and send you our finest longbows, read the imperial message. Every last one of Marwan's governors finally realized the danger of the Silver Korapia. The commanders hastily mobilized the reserves. As the dust settled, the banner of the Silver Korapia still flew above the gates.
About Niobe.
She's a double-dealing snake. She stole my gold, and I want her head.
Calm down. You'll be satisfied again as soon as you have your gold.
I'm curious. All the bloody omens Faramud believes he's seeing everywhere. You don't happen to know more about them, mistress?
Me? No. Why?
Just a thought.
Who are you? What are you?
Oh, you know me, my little chambermaid. So you are commander of Akiza now. You've come a long way.
Kyria? Kyria Cassia? Is that really you? Thank the gods! We thought you were dead. You are our guiding light. We loved you. How terrible. Your beautiful face.
Shut your mouth. Nice fall to the top, Nazrin. You defy gravity.
Yes, it's like a dream. Oh, you don't think... That's not what it's like. It could be Kyrios Marwan has taken a liking to me, but I never...
Smart girl. You always had a talent for swimming with sharks. You'll help me, won't you? Because you love me.
I'll do what I can. But if you want me to betray the first Kyrios...
I'd never ask that of you, Nazreen.
Don't worry about your family. We keep them in a different camp. Maybe you'll be able to see them soon, but, well, it's a dangerous trip.
My family! My brothers and sisters.
You only have one sister.
What's her name?
Kerim.
Let her go! Let her go right now!
We would love to. But first, you must help us.
Fine. What do I have to do?
The governor of Quaris. You know her?
Franya? Of course. I was her girl before Marwan bought me.
Meet with her. Drink a glass of wine together.
Why would I...
You know why.
You want me to... No. I cannot. I cannot kill someone.
Who said anything about killing? Some minor convulsions will suffice.
Your banner is well chosen, Kyria. You are a spider.
I'm only playing by your rules.
Kokkinli, the great hatchery of the swarm, was hidden deep below Istina. Cassia knew she had to seal Kokkinli off. Otherwise, Shinna's creatures would fall on her army like locusts.
Let's smoke out these blowflies. There's the levers for the gates. Ah! Can you hear their carapaces crack?
You're a cruel dwarf, son of nobody.
Well, that's why you wanted me along, isn't it?
The caves of Kokkinli burned, and so did Shinna's insects. After 4 hours, the great hatchery lay silent.
This Faramud. I liked him at first, but something's wrong with him.
What exactly? Trapping mosquitoes in a glass? Or reading the future from the blood of dismembered enemies?
I can't put my finger on it, but something's rotten. I can smell it.
The old city of the Grand Viziers had seen many battles. Its walls were strong, and Marwan's governor Darius had no fear of the Silent Legion. Let them come, he thought.
This is where I fought for years. I was the master gladiator of El Alem. Once the city was attacked by Novadis, the defenders opened the great floodgates and flooded the field. Many of the desert sons drowned. The rest fled.
The Nameless wouldn't take me before I drown. Let's smash the floodgates.
Good. Any volunteers?
So, we'll sabotage the floodgates, over there, and maybe get rid of the archers. Just do what you usually do. The high point of my life. Let's disappear.
When the governor realized his defenses had been subverted, he became anxious. He was no friend of the creators and their chimeras, but now Darius ordered them to play the organs of hell.
So much for the great floodgates of LLM. Onwards!
At the first dawn after the battle, Faramud went out into the field. Written in the blood of his enemies, he found omens from his god Kor. No one knew how these omens had come to be, but the Manticore obeyed them, and the Legion obeyed the Manticore.
Huh?
Your sister is a fool. I don't know what she wants.
She's been pointing at her dice for almost an hour now. What could she possibly want?
I will not play with her.
Why not?
I will not play.
Do it!
I do not know the rules.
The game's called One. Each of you will roll the dice until there's a 1. The one with the most points wins.
Ha! Ridiculous.
Not as ridiculous as skewering your fellow gladiators with a trident.
Enough. 2. 1.
Now it's her turn.
Ridiculous.
I hope you don't bear a grudge. Whatever I might have said or done back then, it was strictly business.
Imagine my relief. Has Cassia sent her slave to watch over me?
No, she wants me to seduce you.
What?
It's about some ingredients. I told her how futile it would be, but here I am, every inch a slave.
Since when were you so honest?
Don't you think Cassia's earned?
Don't you even try.
Such a pretty temple. My men are wondering what it looks like on the inside. The frescoes, the draperies, The girls with marble skin.
No, not the temple. No temples, understood? You won't touch the priests, you won't drink the holy wine.
My men won't like this.
That's an order.
Your enemies are amassing in the outskirts of the city. You have to show severity, Sahiba.
Then go.
I want to walk the city with a few of my men. Spread some silence.
The Silent Legion are relentless, but it's good to keep our eyes peeled. Uprisings are the beginning of the end.
They're here! Now! Release the dogs!
An ambush!
Run!
Let none escape!
The Silent Legion knew no mercy. They were artists of warfare. The screams of the dying were their applause.
A friend of a friend watched Marwan's soldiers tame a walking tree with a hell organ over at the fort. One of Marwan's reserve armies has been camped out at Benevilla for some time now. Watchful eyes claim to have seen one of the druid's tree creatures there. Marwan has elected the healing mage Franja Baltera as the new governor. Also, tamed creatures of the creators have been seen in the city. Even Adamant's family fear him. His only son fled to Al-Ampha. You must be very desperate to flee to the boil, if you ask me. The Beggar King says Tiketes is searching for the secret of beauty. What does that mean? No idea. Riz knows nothing about philosophy. Be careful of Shinna. She's wild and hot-tempered.
That's not what you said earlier.
My friends seem to contradict themselves slightly there.
When the people of Quaris saw the banner of the spider on the horizon, they shook in fear. Many things had come to their ears about Cassia Corapia and her brutal legion. Those who could fled from the city. Those who could not hid their children and their riches.
At the parade hour, the traditional parades will be held in the marketplace of Quaris. The garrison will be undermanned then.
Very good. A few of us will destroy the armory, and then we'll take the city.
You heard the Silver Spider. Destroy as many weapons as possible. I will send these masked men to my father. Good. Onward. Too easy.
Was the Silent Legion a punishment from the gods? The first Kyrios had ordered his cohorts to Mengbilla. Now all eyes rested full of hope on Franja Baltera, the protector of the city. But today of all days, the sorceress was plagued by convulsions.
Get the archers on the roofs.
No! Cassia! No! No blood has to be spilled here. End this madness.
Your madness, Franja, and I'm about to end it.
You're not in your right mind, Cassia.
What is it, Franja? Not feeling well? You turned your back on me. You're going to regret that. You weren't a bad person, Franja. You were simply in my way.
As Cassia marched into the city at the head of the column, a gaunt dog ran after her and played with the hem of her skirt. Before she could stop them, her mercenaries had beaten the animal to a pulp. On this day, Cassia decided that before all was done, her mercenaries would die too.
Marwan has stormed the hideout of the Crows, but the head of the Crows is said to be still alive, guarded by the Leapers of Tiketes. It is also said that Shinna paid him to assassinate Marwan. The friend of a not-so-close friend whispered something in Riz's ear. Shinna's insects guard Adamant's hideout, but a lever near the magic portal can stop them getting in. Marwan has recently gifted a very well-behaved black ogre to the mistress of the swarm. Obviously, Shinna wants to cross him with a hornet. Marwan's Colossus is nearly finished. The building site is guarded day and night by hand-picked archers of the cohort. Tiketes is the most devious of the creators. It is said he fears nothing, not even death. Allegedly, because he's already dead. Shinna is said to be shy and eager for harmony.
Maggots come creeping from their holes like Mishkara's swarm. Should we stamp them out?
Yes. Yes, do it then. Our enemies grow ever more by the day.
That's why you have to create an example, a burning symbol. Show those maggots who you are. Incidentally, the Legion hasn't pillaged in a while.
Yes, go on. But don't tell me about it.
What's wrong with me? There's a pain right behind my forehead. What, no one wants to fight? No, not pain. More like something's missing. Put a fire to every house. What's missing? I feel compassion, fear, conscience. Lay more fires. No, nothing's missing. Maybe I'm a saint. I bring light. That's who I am. A light bringer.
After the massacre, Faramud went to the field to read the will of Kor in the blood of his enemies. But his eyes were stung by smoke, his sight blurring. For the first time the Manticore, chosen of the blood god, saw nothing.
In the land of the blind, the beggar is... No, that's not how it goes.
Cassia, it's your voice. But I don't recognize you.
Why not?
Why not? You always wanted everyone to be happy. You were once a radiant woman, reaching out to us all. You gave us hope in a land of sharks.
And now?
Now, you're the evil one.
And who is the good one?
Cassia, you can still turn back.
And go where?
Someone has to heal this land. Who else but you? I would follow you. Well, never mind. Good luck, I suppose. I would love to see your face again.
I lost it. My face, my name, and my shoes.
I heard. Let me tell you something. Marwan had all likenesses of you destroyed. But I did manage to save one bust, my one true masterpiece.
Deep in a labyrinth of stone and sand, Adamant's halls of creation lay hidden. To find the entrance, Cassia divided her force. But the closer they drew to Adamant's hideout, the more they distrusted the sand beneath their feet.
Shit! I hope you're friendlies. That would be the first time his Indies answered my prayers.
And who are you?
Can't we do introductions later?
Not if you want me to save you.
Lucrezia Ashmanik, of the Order of Grey Staffs. And as long as you detest sand as much as I do, we're on the same side.
Adamant was the creator of countless golems. The great artist could breathe life into stone and sand, but he could not reanimate his petrified master, Namaka. For years he had been searching frantically for a way to reawaken her, all in vain.
Angros be with us. This is worse than being on a ship.
Look at the statue.
That has to be Namaka, the master creator, turned to stone by her own creation.
And not meant for your eyes. Don't come any closer. They cannot possibly hope to throw Adamant down. Adamant has a task to perform in this world. They don't know what they're doing. They will throw us all into the nothingness.
There's music written here. This must be the melody to tame Adamant's sand.
The great Shaper was now a prisoner of the Korapia. Without a word of protest, he entered his cage. Marwan's cohorts approached, singing and taunting. The Legion greeted them with only silence. As the dust settled, the banner of the Silver Korapia still flew above the gates.
Does my face unsettle the great Adamant?
I've seen prettier. What does this wench want from Adamant the Shaper?
How was your master turned to stone?
During Marwan's storm of Mengbilla, she unleashed her master creation, the Great Petrifier.
I've met him.
She eventually managed to tame it, but not before its breath had already reached her.
And you're sure she's still alive?
When I touch the stone, I can hear her scream.
High upon the heights of Aralcor, the latest monument to Marwan's greatness was being constructed. The colossus of the Kyrios rose up high into the sky, visible for miles. Cassia wanted to see it fall.
I like this Marwan more than the real one. It's silent.
And it's not trying to flee. This Kyrios is 20 paces too tall. Let's cut him down to size.
I thought this was not about revenge.
Don't overstep your bounds, slave.
And so the great colossus fell, and the message that the time of the first Kyrios was coming to an end spread like wildfire. The Acropolis of Kabakal had been home to the creator Tikates for many decades. They called him the Silent, as he seldom talked. After all, why share secrets with those who could never understand?
That's Tikates.
The coward is running.
He doesn't look panicked to me.
To the gate!
They pursued Tikates into the hallowed halls of his hideout. Here the creations for which he was admired and feared came into being.
Right. Where by Angros's forge are we, friends?
Inside the heart of beauty. But looking at you, I harbour little hope that you will understand. You think you're doing the right thing, but one who has seen behind the veil judges everything differently. We give monsters to the people so they won't be monsters themselves. The nightmares cleanse us, because without nightmares there is no beauty, only unpleasant grey.
With this melody, we can tame the leaping beasts of Tikates. Keep your philosophy to yourself. I only need your melody. Tend to his wounds and take him to the camp.
The melodies, I hope you know what you're doing. In the wrong hands, their effects can be devastating.
What does that mean?
Play all 5 melodies at once and people will die in thousands. But I guess that's exactly what you want.
Cassia had the creator brought to her camp, hoping to draw secrets from Tikates the Silent. Meanwhile, a delivery from the Horasian Empire had arrived. The message read, "The Emperor appreciates your courageous fight for freedom and sends you the finest swords of his realm."
Oh, good luck with that one. He won't talk.
Not a word?
Not a word.
I like that. Does my face unsettle you? Do you know who I am? I need answers.
Our angry mercenaries are busy stringing up your family. If you talk fast, we might be able to calm them down. Maybe Tecate should do this. Might be an interesting conversation.
This is useless.
Beneath the mountain and the town of Duyar lived the strangest of the creators. Shina al-Shina called herself the mistress of the swarm, and the insects were her obedient children.
The scouts report Shinna's refuge is often plagued by ghouls. The corpse eaters are after Shinna's refuse, flesh and bones. Every night at dusk they come crawling out of their holes. If we're clever, we'll use that time frame for an attack.
Why wait until they're prepared? Go down there and drive the ghouls from their holes. We'll storm the mountain immediately.
As if this day couldn't get any worse. All hells are breaking loose. Guard the gate and get the damn man-eater back into his cage.
What did the ogre say?
Exactly what it sounded like. Let him live. He'll help us.
Ayado! There's a black ogre fighting on my side. Whatever next?
The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Come, we're here to visit Shina.
Shina al-Shina was known for collecting the eyes of her enemies, but Cassia's burning gaze made her anxious. She debated whether to make peace or to unleash her winged children. In her madness, she decided to do both.
The voices! Buzzing! So many buzzing voices!
We have guests, Shina. Don't you want to welcome them? Our guests should feel at home.
Our guests should die! Bring me their pretty eyes!
Shh! Silent! Our young sister has to learn about diplomacy. Welcome, strangers. We serve the thousandfold life. We do not love blood. Let us have peace. A pact between a spider and a fly.
The spider has no pact with its food.
Come down here and fight!
No! Too young to die! Too innocent to kill!
Maybe we can provoke her somehow.
So much blood!
What did we do to you?
Oh, not this one. Do you also have 3 backsides? Because I'd like to kick each one of them.
We don't want blood. We serve the thousandfold life.
Ugh, poison?
Lay down your weapons. Nobody will hurt you.
We'd have a better chance with one of the other Shinners.
A radiant beauty like yourself shouldn't be a diplomat. She should remain mysteriously silent.
Shinner is beautiful. I am ugly. Don't say that. No, don't say that, Shinner. You've got very beautiful hair.
Well, that didn't help us.
Come here. I want to see if there's red blood flowing in your veins.
No! Please, no blood! Calm down, Shinner. We have to remain unshaken. No blood! No blood! Ah! Calm down, Shinner. I'll lead the negotiations now. Oh dear, the dwarf has opened his mouth.
What, eh?
Dwarfs are so common and ordinary.
That's the same! Ordinary and common are the same!
Shh! Silence! Too many voices.
This takes far too long!
No, you stay here, Shinner.
I'd very much like to see whether the rumors are true.
Rumors?
But your eyes are much prettier than those of your sisters.
That's what they say, isn't it?
Shh! Silent! Be silent now! Are we being flattered again? I'll do the talking from now on. My children know what to do. They're just far too slow about it!
How can your children respect you when you remain in hiding?
I don't need respect. I need obedience. Destroy them!
This is useless.
After she had the laboratories destroyed, Cassia sent Shinner's head to Marwan. The first Kyrios raged once again, but this time he was also secretly relieved. One less enemy, he thought. The days when the first Kyrios underestimated his wife were at an end. His next blow hit the defenders with force.
Let him go. Let him go.
I knew she would not dare to lay a hand on the great Shaper.
Be careful that she doesn't change her mind. Call me when Niobe is ready to talk.
Niobe will talk, Sahiba. As soon as we showed her the screws and the scissors, she gave in. We made sure she'd tell us the truth.
Spare me the details. Niobe?
Why do you exist? Why didn't you die in the labyrinth?
I didn't want it to come to this. Nobody was supposed to suffer. But you left me with no other choice. Tell me the last ingredient and I'll send for a healer.
Nefer's toadstools. The last ingredient is Nefer's toadstools.
And where do they grow?
They don't. They're made. Isod the necromancer produces them. But he only sells to people he trusts.
Thank you. Where does this necromancer live?
So it's 30 toadstools.
30, yes. Thank you, son of nobody, for reminding me yet again.
Yeah, which just seems a lot to me, for a single antidote.
Is my life not worth the hassle?
Who's there? I'm just saying, maybe Niobe's hatching some plan. Maybe.
Don't you have some monsters to slay?
Oh, we must have 30 by now.
All right, let's get out of here.
Since Cassia returned from her expedition, smelling smoke had risen from her tent every night. The mercenaries were curious, but the Silent Legion would not ask questions.
Tend to her wounds and let her go.
What does she want now?
She wants you to tell her a story.
A story?
Doesn't have to be long.
The son of Kamaluk does not know any story.
Tell her a bloody story.
All right. The story of Mata Mata, an old legend of my tribe. Isna Inti is the quickest hunter of the Napewana. But he knows one day he will die. So he goes to my father, the great god Kamaluk, in his hunting lodge at the end of the forest. Kamaluk speaks to Isna Inti and says, "Feed my jaguar, Mata Mata. As long as you feed Mata Mata, you shall be immortal. But if Mata Mata starves, you shall die anew every single day until the end of time." And so, he feeds Mata Mata. The jaguar eats all the berries Isna Inti's tribe has collected. He eats all the venison Isna Inti's tribe has hunted. And Mata Mata grows until he is as big as Isna Inti's hut. And when all the food is gone, Mata Mata eats all the brothers and sisters of Isna Inti. Then he eats Isna Inti's wife. And then he eats all his children. Until only Isna Inti's little son is left. Then finally, Isna Inti stops feeding Mata Mata. And he takes his knife and cuts open the great jaguar's belly. But there's nothing there. Not Isna Inti's brothers and sisters. Not his wife. Not his children. Mata Mata's belly is empty. And since then, Isna Inti dies every single day.
See? Seems she liked your story.
You're a terribly curious woman. I like that. Do you want to know why Marwan put you in that dungeon?
Why has been abolished, Riz.
Shinna breeds whole hordes of insects below the mountain. And the leapers of Tikates have also been spotted there. Marwan has ordered several hell organs from the creators for the security of the city. Mistress, if Riz were in your position, he'd keep far away from that place.
I think you misunderstand our objective, Riz.
Your enemies are amassing in the outskirts of the city. You have to show severity, Sahiba.
So much blood. But it has to be. What is it this time?
Refugees.
For a fleeing foe, build a golden bridge.
Those who keep themselves from you, rob you. We'll make it quick and painless.
Good. Then go.
They're here. Leave the tents and run.
You're in the way.
Run!
Like to Leon Melavold, I respect that. I hope you know what
A saint.
A dead saint.
Oh!
You're no saint. You didn't even vanish in a flash of light. Will I turn to light when my time comes? I wonder. Everything wants to flee. In my cell, nothing could flee. But out here, they all want to run away. We must take them by the scruff and beat them to death. I know now. I'm no Lightbringer. I'm the sainted evil. I bring silence. I am evil, so she can be good.
As she did every night, Cassia Corapia sat sleepless before her tent. But tonight, flames and screams tore at the comforting dark. Cassia returned to her tent, shivering. One of Marwan's cohorts was camped at the small town of Benevilla. The soldiers gave vent to their hatred of the silver spider.
What is it they're burning?
A spider.
A Corapia. Do they think they can eradicate me? Bring the spider to the camp.
The farther the mercenaries advanced into the heart of the emirate, the more scorched hamlets they found. Those who fled would rather destroy their belongings than leave them to the silent legion.
A band of prisoners. They said it was a small band of prisoners. How is this even possible?
The Corapia cannot take Mingbilla. The city is simply too big.
But maybe she should. Maybe she's earned it. Maybe she always was so good.
Look at Franya's head, Your Eminence. Do you still believe that?
This is only war. What we do in war doesn't count. I did similar things when I crushed the guilds.
See, this is no question of good or evil, but one of self-defense.
Self-defense. Yes, you're right, Haseki. Call all available fighters into the city. Let the creatures starve. We'll unroll the golden carpet from Hycassia. And then I'll be good.
Finally, Cassia stood at the gates of the city of her birth. She looked down coldly on the shimmering cupolas and towers, her hands hidden inside her sleeves to conceal their trembling.
So here we are.
The city is quiet. Do you see the catapults on that hill? Send a handful of mercenaries there. Better the stones hit the enemy than us.
Good plan. Who will lead the group?
All right, let's turn these catapults on the wall. Best you leave this to the dwarf.
Your place will again be at the side of the Grand Emir.
At the same time, Cassia's wild horde stormed the northern outskirts of the city. No one stood in the way of the Legion. No one could stop it. Only when they reached the walls of the Sun Hill did they see what Marwan had prepared.
What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Good. Good. Tell the first Kyrios Cassia Corapia has come. I am the dead of night. My lightning. My spiders.
Come, we cannot stay here.
For the first night in years, Cassia of Tenos slept soundly, and into the late evening of the next day. When she awoke, she saw everything clearly. She knew who she was. She knew what she had to do.
My legionnaires have entrenched themselves on Lamenta. They hold the position, but as soon as the Kyrios sends down more creatures from the Sun Hill, I lose men every day, and yet we have not conquered more than the slums.
You're not going to switch sides, I hope.
How can you think that, Sahiba?
Thinking is hard sometimes. You are mercenaries, and Marwan's pay is better.
You can count on me.
Are you sure about that?
Kor has sent me a new sign. It was very clear, Sahiba.
What did it say?
Kor wants a sacrifice. Your sister.
You're mad.
You love her. We all do. But the Abyss is following us. This sacrifice has to be made, or we are all dead.
I will never betray her. Do you understand, Manticore? No matter what I do, no matter what I say, never will you still follow me. Your silence is ringing in my ears.
You can count on me, Sahiba.
It's hopeless, isn't it? Mengbilla is simply too big.
I suppose you have a better idea.
Well, if we had all 5 melodies of the creators, even the melody of the great petrifier...
It would unleash another storm of chimera.
Think about it.
Be silent. I have a plan. Yes, I have a plan.
It's over, lass.
Nothing's over. I'm still breathing. We're winning.
Marwan says the same about himself. And he's still behind strong walls.
Too many losses, Cassia.
Losses? Yes, lost too much blood. You don't have to go easy on me. It's over. No, not over. It won't work like this.
Don't give up hope, Sahiba.
Yes, that's it. Don't give up hope. Celebrate. A victory has to be celebrated. I'll give you the Temple of Raja. Tonight we'll empty the holy wine cellar, and tomorrow we'll bring ruin to Mengbilla and everything living within it. No wine for you?
Never wine, Sahiba.
Well, I could use some wine. Why aren't we celebrating with the others?
Not tonight. I need you with a clear head.
What's your plan, mistress?
You were right. We're too few to take Mengbilla. That's why tomorrow night we'll infiltrate Marwan's palace. We'll steal the last melody of the creators, the melody of the petrifier. Faramud and his mercenaries will take the other 4 melodies and sneak into the city. We'll call down a storm of chimeras on Mengbilla, and when all the organs of hell are playing, the city will drown in blood.
What about your sister?
What about her?
If Marwan dies during the attack...
He must not die. He must never die. Understood?
Sahiba.
Never!
How will we know if you've been successful?
When you hear Namaka's melody, you'll play the other ones. Simple as that.
Sahiba, remember my words. There is another way. The only way.
I've made my decision. Not a word more about it.
Wonderful. I like desperate plans. So, how do we get into Marwan's palace?
From below.
How many years did you spend in this hell?
It's all starting to make sense now.
If Marwan is still Marwan, there's only one place he would keep the melody of the petrifier. The Vault of Secrets. Luckily, there once was a time when Marwan shared all his secrets with me. Guard! Guard!
Who? Cassia?
I have returned.
They said you were... What are you doing here?
I've come to fulfill my mission.
Cassia had lived in the palace for years, and she still knew many of its secrets. She led the last of her allies through cellars and hidden doors, and finally they reached the Vault of Secrets.
The Vault of Secrets is protected by several gates. They can only be opened from a secret passage that lies above. Marwan has riddled the corridor with traps, but one of us has to go through it. It's the only way. Are you still looking for a spectacular death, Takate? Then this would be your chance.
Kamaluk's son requires an audience.
Then you better make sure Kamaluk's son survives.
I hope the forest man knows what he's doing.
I'm not sure we know what we're doing.
What was that?
What?
Clack. Something clacked.
That was the gate. Someone's locked it behind us. Cannot go back. Can never go back.
What? So Marwan knows we're here?
Yes.
So we're dead?
Not yet. Not completely.
Faramud! That damned manticore! Oh, who else could have betrayed us? I never trusted him.
That was wise.
So why did you hand over all the melodies to him then? Cassia? Mad! She's completely mad! Well, say something, wizard!
Let's not lose our heads now.
Well, you can say that again. What, by the 13 hells, are we doing here?
Silence. I have a plan. Yes, I always have a plan.
Oh, well. What a relief.
There's the melody.
Fine. Now what?
Now we find the petrifier.
There's the pig!
I'm not proud of this, but I did warn you. We are mercenaries, and mercenaries have to be paid.
Oh, we are going to pay you, my friend, until we are absolutely even.
Mirai!
Yes, she's here to help me. She's my handmaiden. She is your motivation. The Great Moor opens. Raise arms against any of us and she'll fall. Don't we all finally want peace? Come, Marwan's arena's waiting. Where is the forest man?
Let her go, Faramud. She doesn't belong here.
As you wish, Sahiba.
No!
The sacred evil has to play its role to the end. That is how the gods have... What is the word?
Takate!
Ah, there's the forest man.
You have to jump! You can save her! You wanted your death, son of a god! Then jump!
It was a small, strange impulse that had made Takate jump. Even while falling, he wondered about it. This moment had not been destined for his divine life. Still, when he hit the ground, Takate felt free.
Hells! Mirai! Hold on, little one. I am looking for a way out for you. And I am trapped. Run! Run! I walk a different path.
And so Takate the Divine began his journey across the Never Sea, without witnesses, without an audience, without fame, just with a grim smile.
So many mosquitoes. I put fly screens in front of every window and still those pesky things won't stay outside.
You shouldn't have killed all the spiders.
Ah, Cassia. On my weaker days, I missed you. Your humor and your face. You look pale.
I lost a lot of blood.
Strange. How a person can turn into such a monster. Don't you want to beg for your life?
Bad conscience.
I can stand a little pinch. sitting in this chair. You, on the other hand, both feet in the nether hells. What were you thinking?
You're already standing at the edge of your grave, surrounded by friends who want to stab you in the back. And when you die, Mirai dies. I can't let that happen.
So why lead an uprising against me? Destroy my city? Sneak into my palace to murder me? The spiders really took your sanity. Enough of this. Take her back to her cell.
Sleep well, beloved.
Cassia, it's been a long time since I could sleep.
If a spider spins its web too close to a fire, it will either catch many moths, or its web will burn and it will die. The next day, Cassia and her followers were thrown into the arena of the palace. Marwan's personal butchery was already in a frenzy, and at the center of the stage waited the masterpiece of the creators, the Great Petrifier.
People of Mengbilla, I present to you... my voice. You take over, boy. The Kyrios is hoarse. Just read it aloud.
People of Mengbilla, nobody in this world nor any other shall dare to anger your father, the first of the first, the Honorable Kyrios Marwan. Those who spill the blood of his people spill his blood. Those who poison his children poison him. The first Kyrios gives to you...
The traitor?
The traitor Cassia Corapia, the conquerors of the Nine Hordes, and the invincible one whose breath grants immortality, the Great Petrifier!
Have you ever had a bloodletting, Faramud? Your life runs darkly from your veins.
What's she talking about?
I have undergone the procedure. Again and again and again. Every day a quarter of a pint. Bought in a dish. Sweet, fragrant, red.
Does anyone understand this prattling?
I used it to concoct my own blood potion. Do you remember the wine from the Temple of Raja, silent mercenaries? The sweet, fragrant wine. If I die, you die. Every last one of you.
A trick, nothing else.
Do you really think Kor has shown us the way? Beheaded doves, written signs in blood. None of it was true. It was all me.
She's lying!
Save my life, or you'll all go to hell with me.
Silence!
Remember our oath! We live to serve!
To hell with oaths! I want to live! Every creature under the sun wants to live!
Enough! When will your screeching stop?
Think about it, legionnaires.
More insects! Open every hatch!
Obey the Kyrios!
My death is your death.
The Manticore has given an order!
No. No. Did that one just say no? Yes. He said no. What's this about? Cassia, think of the blood potion! Think of your sister!
What proof do I have she's still alive? Hunt him down!
Amid the chaos of Marwan's fall, Cassia Corapia crowned herself the new ruler of Mengbilla. No one objected, no one stood in the way of the Kyria and her dreaded mercenaries. No one but time itself.
There. Do you hear? They're calling again. They're calling my name.
I don't hear anything, Kyria.
Close the windows. I don't want to hear it. Not today. Not on my last day.
Your last day? This is your first day, Kyria.
Spiders are clinging to my mind. They let you know when your time has come. I have until midnight. 9 hours. Have to use the time well. What do the people think of me?
They fear you, Kyria.
Fear me? What are they afraid of?
Word is you're a monster, Kyria.
They should love me, not fear me. How do we make them love me?
Throw feasts? Give alms to the poor? Lower the taxes?
It is done. Today your life as a slave is over.
A sad day, mistress.
What are you planning to do now?
Well, the creators left a gap behind. A gap that should be filled with wisdom. We have a lot to rebuild.
Goodbye, wizard. I hereby release you from my service. You're free. Here we are, son of nobody.
Indestructible.
I promised you half my gold. It is now yours.
About bloody time.
Will you tell me your father's name?
No.
Then goodbye, Norim, son of nobody. Marwan has turned Mengbilla into a nest of maggots. We'll have to rebuild the city.
I'm no master builder, Kyria.
You have servants, don't you? So many glittering things in here. Do we really deserve all of it? Melt them all down and mint coins with my likeness upon them.
All the gold?
All of it. Dirt everywhere. Dirt and dust. We need more gardens. Plants calm the mind. All the thoughts that won't go away. How much gold is left in the coffers?
Not much, Kyria. Kyria, I don't know whether I'm up to this task.
You can count and write, Talia. So you're my scribe. And you're my friend.
I'm honored, Kyria.
You are my friend, aren't you?
Whatever you wish, Kyria.
Pay a monthly sum for the cripples. All families who have suffered because of me shall get recompense. And write a hymn for the dead.
Yes, Kyria.
You earned this gold.
Riss appreciates your extravagance.
A feast for the whole city, to honor my coronation. Wine shall flow from every well, and Niobe's dreamweed shall rain down from every tower.
As you wish, Kyria.
Mirai, you're no longer angry with me. So silent, not a single fly. Very strange. Essentially, I did everything right. That's me, telling herself she did everything right. Would do it all over again, just the same. Everything but... Where's my time gone? I want it back. Take your time. But why mine? They're calling again. They're calling my name. Death's birds. Do my senses deceive me, or did the city grow smaller? One thing can be said without a doubt. The people are stupid. We need better schools. What do they think of me now?
They love you, Kyria.
How long until...
9 hours till midnight.
We need more soldiers. Soldiers who have wits. No creature is more frightening than a man who has wits. Should I tell you more about the deeds of Geron the One-Handed? The 6th deed tells of Geron and the Basilisk King. In the ruins of the elven city of Simyala lived the Basilisk King. His body was so poisonous that everyone who came near him died. So Geron the One-Handed took his sword Sevenstroke and said to his divine father Boron, "We will see if this creature can stand more than 7 strokes." When he reached Simyala, Geron found a stealth mantle that made him invisible and invulnerable. And so the Basilisk King could not see Geron the One-Handed, and Geron felled him with 6 strokes. But the poisonous breath of the monster had crept into his blood, and Geron knew he would soon die. Slavery is abolished. From now on, ownership, buying and selling of slaves is forbidden.
An audacious decision, Kyria.
My successor will have to deal with it. How long?
3 hours, Kyria.
Many children are without parents, partly because of me, mostly because of me. Build a great house for them. For a single day, they shall all be my children. The swift madness is spreading through the city. I want to visit the sick.
I wouldn't recommend it, Kyria.
What should I be afraid of? Madness or death? How much
Just one. 1 more hour, Kyria.
From this day on, no poison may be brewed in our realm. The brewing of poison will be punished by death or madness by Karapia venom.
The alchemists won't like this.
They won't have time to complain to me. That is all. Get Grandemir Ankh-Bizi from his hole. I will sleep now. Just sleep. Lock the doors, but keep the windows open.
That same evening, a mysterious poison killed every last mercenary of the Silent Legion. The next morning, excited townspeople stormed the unguarded palace to pay homage to their beloved liberator. They were too late. They cast her body in silver, and on the very top of the Sun Hill, they built for her a magnificent tomb.